Hey everyone. Okay, I want to take just a minute. We're going to talk about how to get the results you want in your health all the way around. Now, I've talked about having the faith that we need to be able to step out and do the things. I mean, even in our health, sometimes we want to hold on to what we're already doing because we're in a comfortable place. We're in that comfort zone. So we don't want to let go of, and I know this sounds crazy, but we don't want to let go of the weight, because if you really think about it, I want you to sit down and I want you to get out a piece of paper and I want you to write down the pros and cons of losing weight. And you will be shocked at what your mind will start writing down. You'll just start brain dumping all of the things out. And if you just take a minute and really just start writing, you will really actually realize there's a lot of negativity that you're holding around losing the weight or having better health. If you just let that guard down for just a minute and allow yourself to just start thinking through that process, because it's really weird at the things that when we're in that comfort zone. This is one thing that I realized several years ago when I started trying to lose weight, and it was weird, the thoughts that would come into my head. I would start thinking, and the thoughts didn't start coming until after I had started losing some weight. And people would say, "Oh, you look great," or "Oh my goodness, you're looking so skinny." And I realized that that was like this weird thing in my head. And I know that sounds so strange, but it was like I almost didn't want anybody to notice me. Like I wanted, you just stay over there, don't notice me at all. And so I realized that really it was a comfort zone that I was kind of holding on to weight because I did not want to be seen. I didn't want to be, I was hiding behind that. And I know that sounds like super, super strange, but we do that. And it's not because we want to, it's just something in our brain that causes this. And so I had to really work on feeling good about myself and really realizing that I could be healthy and happy and feel good about myself, and that it was okay to have a confidence. It was okay to feel good about how I looked or whatever. Like sometimes we feel selfish almost of feeling like, oh, I don't want anybody to see that part of me, we hold on to that. So take just a minute and I want you to jot down whatever the issue may be. It may be that you've got a certain health issue. There may be some emotion that mentally you're hurting, and that you're emotionally having some issues. So write those things down. Write down whatever issue it is that you're having a problem with. Write it down and just start brain dumping the pros and cons of that. I know any kind of issue you think, well, what kind of pro can come from that? But you will be shocked at what you will find that in your mind you're thinking, well, by having this, so many times we're not necessarily a hypochondriac, but we are, we get so used to saying, oh, my back hurts, or oh, my legs hurt, or oh, I just don't feel good. We get used to that, and that becomes comfortable, and it's hard to change the way that we say that. So think about, are you saying that because you just don't know what else to say, or don't know what else to do, or you don't know how else to change that? This is something that's just been there and you don't know how to change it. So think about that. Write all those things down and then think about those things. And then I want you to really become very aware of how you're talking about yourself every single day. Don't say anything negative about yourself. Do not say anything negative about someone else. And do not say anything negative about your kids. And I know that's probably a hard thing to do sometimes, because sometimes we get very, very aggravated when the kids are all over the place and they're doing crazy stuff. But do not get aggravated and say the negative things to them. Try to think of something positive. Even in the midst of maybe an aggravation or something, think of something positive to say. Think about something positive to say about yourself during the day. Instead of saying, I am so ugly today, or oh, these clothes make me look so, or I am just like, that is so disgusting that I'm looking like, like whatever it may be, try to, if that thought comes in your head, if that negative thought comes in your head, change something to the positive, make it to the positive, because that will totally change how you're thinking about yourself. And the more you do that, you'll begin to change how you feel about yourself. It'll also make you very aware of what you're saying about other people, and make you think about how you're talking about someone else or about your kids or anything in any general situation, because you want to make sure that what you're doing and what you're saying is being uplifting and not on the negative, which is really hard to do because there's a lot of negative things in the day. So I know that is something very hard. But when we're searching for this result in our health, we want to totally frame, that's going to be your first step into changing the way that you're doing your health every day, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally. Reframing how we look at ourselves is going to make such a big difference in how we proceed. There is an audio of a man, Earl Nightingale, and he's like really, like, he's dead now, but it's an old audio, and it's on attitude. So just look up Earl Nightingale attitude and it will pop up on YouTube, and listen to that and how he talks about what our attitude does for us and what it does for other people, because it really does make a difference in how we go about our life. And if you'll listen to that every day for 30 days and then start actually acting on that particular thing and thinking about what you're saying differently every single day, then your attitude will begin to change, and you will begin to look at things in a whole different way. Like, everything will begin to look differently, and your perspective of different situations will begin to change, and how you look at yourself will begin to change, and you will begin to notice steps in making other good changes in your life. So that is one of the things that we learn through Elevate, is how to reframe how we're talking about ourselves, how we're talking about others, and really making and creating this self-image that is amazing, that you feel confident, and that you can carry that out into the world around you. And just your attitude is what changes how you feel about yourself, but also changing the way you look. It will totally change your entire body features as well. So I hope you'll have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.